Everything is bigger in Texas, and that includes the NIT. We're in Denton, Texas, just outside of Dallas, for a first-round matchup between the #1 seed Colorado State Rams out of the Mountain West and the #4 seed Buffalo Bulls out of the MAC. Tonight's winner will advance to the quarterfinals next Thursday and take on the 3 seed NC State, a 75-61 winner over Davidson. With former Big South Conference Player of the Year, Brooke Weiss-Brode, I'm Dave Feldman. Thanks for joining us. The Rams are the #1 seed overall in this tournament, Brooke, but Buffalo, they average 82 points a game. They lead the entire nation in rebounding, and they sure are fun to watch.
They have a philosophy where it's 15 seconds or less to get a shot off. So you are not going to see a shot clock violation from this team. Not tonight. And the goal, the #1 goal, is to get a dunk. So how exciting is that? I mean, to have that philosophy, it's going to put you not only in the top 15 for scoring, but you're literally averaging 15 seconds of possession. They have the main 4, and they are going to run right into this guy, David Roddy, a 3-sport athlete who chose basketball over football and track and field. He's a player who loves to get physical and would love nothing more than to meet these guys in the paint.
Term beast doesn't do that guy justice, Brooke. You are right. 10th appearance in the NIT for Colorado State, 2nd appearance overall for Buffalo, and we are underway. First round NIT action. It is the Rams in the white, the #1 overall seed, that will have the ball first. And down low inside, James Moores, the freshman from Auckland, New Zealand. This is his first shot. Buffalo's starting 5, Graves, Segu, Hartnett, Williams. Josh Mballa, if you haven't seen him, is one of the best offensive rebounders in all of college basketball. Great hops and a motor like you will not believe.
Right? This game features a lot of up-and-coming stars. And a team that Colorado State, they were just on the outside looking into the NCAA tournament. And Buffalo is a team that, like we said, they're just fun to watch. Put up a lot of points. They've got freedom on offense, but have this blue-collar mentality on defense.
Yeah, to your point, both teams, maybe you could argue one win away from going to the NCAA tournament. Moore, Stevens, Moores, Thistlewood, and David Roddy, who Brooke featured in the open, 3-sport star, and a mismatch problem for anyone who guards him because 250 pounds, posts up anyone his own size, anyone bigger, he goes around, and the offense usually goes through him for Colorado State.
And we heard Nico Medved, head coach for Colorado State, talk to us about how much David can play positions 1 through 5, and what a valuable asset that is. Able to create any type of mismatch on any given night.
Javon Graves kicks it out. That's Segu. Shot clock winding down, and Nathan Williams is off the mark, so we're still scoreless here early on. Ball goes out of bounds. It will stay with the Rams. Brooke, the faster tempo would feature and favor the Buffaloes, would it not, in this game?
No doubt, and Colorado has had to learn how to win in multiple ways. So they are going to have to adjust to this team, but that's one way too to beat great pressure. Mballa gets cut backdoor as David Roddy recognizes the defense. Yeah, if it's up to Colorado State, I know, right? That's a guy who could have succeeded in any sport he played, but even on the football field to have that kind of quickness is impressive.
Buffalo comes right back and counters 2-all on the Ronaldo Segu jump shot.
And Segu is a player with a ton of confidence. He's a lot of fun to watch play. Kind of the guy that ignites the team.
Slicing in, and it was too easy for Isaiah Stevens, the sophomore from Allen, Texas.
Yeah, he's got a really smooth part to his game. Finishes well at the rim. Okay, Segu, like that. One behind the back early on us.
Pretty good. We would have had a good early highlight.
It was a good pass, actually. It was right in the right pocket, which you don't tend to see that a lot with behind the back passes. Nice pass down low.
Second effort by James Moores, who really has improved defensively. He's not an offensive threat, and they're trying to get him better offensively, but the freshman out of Auckland, New Zealand, he redshirted last year. The coach said he's vastly improved offensively, defensively, Brooke, but they're still trying to get him going offensively.
I like watching the last few games that he's been a focal point and early to get the ball inside to him and have him get established early. I don't know if his legs are tired or if he's just feeling, you know, hey, I'm the freshman in the postseason, but all the shots are short. He's got to like amp up his aggressiveness by a good 20–30%. He's getting good position, but he needs to finish, kind of break through those nerves.
Isaiah Stevens averages 15 and 5 assists a game. He's number 4, and he can do a lot of things, although missed the easy one there. Wide open, the Bulls on the other end, too strong.
Got to make sure you control the glass. If you're Colorado State, you know, if you can limit Buffalo to one shot, one and done, that's a nice take. There he goes. That'll loosen him up. James Moore is a freshman, again, playing his first postseason. Pretty impressive for what he's doing. But, yeah, Buffalo, they are trying to just shoot, get after the offensive glass hard, and score again quickly. Nice pass.
Nathan Williams inside. Yes, easy 2 for Buffalo, down 6-4.
He's a guy that's gone from small role really to major role, maybe all conference teams. Everybody got the green light for Buffalo. It's a good feeling. I'll give you major confidence.
Impressive thing about Williams, Brooke, he scored in double figures in 23 out of 24 games. Count the hoop, though, on the other end. And just as James Moore has heard us talking that he wasn't involved offensively, I think he got the memo because he scored a couple quick hoops. All right, we'll take a break. Our first TV timeout coming up. It is a feel-good story. COVID has proved big absences for families. Basketball has brought them back together. ESPN's exclusive presentation of the NIT is brought to you by PlayStation 5. Play has no limits. 8-4 Colorado State on top. Colorado State, the #1 seed. Kendall Moore is their junior guard. He's from Illinois. But his father, Julius, is from Dallas, Texas. He's at the game. He had not seen his dad in over a year. And 2 months ago, he gave birth to the beautiful Sky Imani, born January 5th in 2021. So you talk about a family affair. Kendall Moore's daughter, born during the season, Brooke. I don't think it gets a lot cuter than that. Beautiful, and there's the proud grandfather.
It's just an awesome story. So to be able to, you know, finally get to see your dad and to become one in the process, you know, you can imagine what their phone calls and conversations have been like. But it was also great to hear from David Roddy, who was his roommate. And he was right there in the mix because they found out during the San Diego State game, and she was coming early, so he had to get back and be there and have his responsibilities. And it just, what a thing to go throughout this season and of all seasons. But she's a Capricorn, and I looked it up, so she's going to by nature be ambitious and have an active mind. So Kendall, congratulations, and yes, what a beautiful daughter.
You know that, and she's not even 2.5 months old. That's impressive.
You got to, girls, we do our homework like that. Like, all right, what's your sign? What's going on?
Kendall Moore's family, not the only one here. Isaiah Stevens is from Allen, Texas. That's near Plano, about an hour away. And he has 25 family members at this game, including his parents, who he hasn't seen in over a year. So a lot of feel-good stories on Colorado State. Also some on Buffalo, too, which we're going to share with you. The parents getting to see their kids play here in the first-round NIT game with the #1 overall seed Rams leading 9-7 early. P.J. Bird also from the Texas area, and Trace Young, a reserve from Austin.
The stories have been so incredible, hearing the players and coaches talk about what it's taken them to get to this point. The sacrifices, not seeing your family for a year. Nathan Williams is a nice take on the left side now. And so it really, it puts it in perspective. It's an emotional time.
Tied at 9. The Bulls have made 3 of their last 3 shots. Perfect after a slow start. If you haven't seen Buffalo play in the MAC, we talked about it in the beginning. They just play at a very high tempo, and Colorado State's going to do their best to slow that down and to keep them off the glass. Nice pass, but that went off the leg of the Rams, and Buffalo will get possession.
And you see how engaged the Bulls are on defense. Like, this is a team that doesn't just like to shoot the ball and dunk it. Like, they love to get locked in and play that blue-collar defense, and then they run. So they love that part of the game as well. And that's often, you know, you don't see that. That's Roddy headed out. I also liked what he had to say about, you know, Kendall it can understand that he's got a team full of uncles now to be able to take care of his daughter as well. So I thought that was really sweet.
Jonathan Williams is trying to take over a little bit offensively, but called for the charge. Williams has 7 of Buffalo's 9 points, but there's an offensive foul.
And this is something that you will see Colorado State do in this game. They have their eye out for Buffalo, looking for any opportunity to step up and take a charge. They average 3 a game, according to Coach Medved. That's not enough.
Isaiah Stevens counters, and the Rams back up by 2. .34 is Josh Mbala right there. He is a high flyer who's very athletic. He missed, but the nice tip in coming off the bench by Brock Bertrand.
He's the vet. He's been with this team since 2016. So in his 5th year, you see he's got the great experience, and he will hustle out there. Like, you're going to see him one of the most, I guess, emphatic players that you're going to see on the floor. He puts it all out there.
He's not afraid to hurt his body, Brooke. He will dive.
Right?
Yeah.
He did, like, Dennis Rodman diving out of the floor for loose rebound. Like, he does not play.
Oh, and he heard us talking about him, Brooke. A Bertram bucket inside. Buffalo takes the lead 13-11.
Well, I love the nickname that they give to him. They call him Paul Bunyan. And he's been dealing with a foot injury, but clearly he's got a lot of mobility out there early. He's been impressive.
He's also a crowd favorite in Fort Collins, and I asked him about that. And I said, why do you think the fans like you so much? He goes, because what I do isn't pretty. I'm blue collar, and they can relate to it. I thought he has some very good self-awareness, too.
Best thing you can do is be relatable, right? All right, Jonathan.
He's taken over this game offensively for for Buffalo. 15-11, the Bulls on top.
He's got those long steps. Able to get by the defense and use the length, and he's not going into the defense and, you know, trying to draw a charge. Like, he's staying away from the contact.
He has 9 of the 15. Perhaps most impressively, Brooke, he's scored in double figures in 23 of 24 games.
In the MAC semis, he had 26 points. He shot 10 of 14 from the floor, so he had a major role in getting them to the championship game.
Now has 10 of the 16. .12-2 run for the Bulls.
Colorado State is a team that loves to shoot the 3. They've got a bunch of guys that actually shoot over 40%. But they are 0 for 3 yet to hit one.
And a blocking foul on John Tange, the reserve from Omaha. Come in and pick up his first foul.
Yep, there's trying to get the charge when it doesn't work against you, didn't have the right positioning. It's Jonathan Williams continuing to drive and get downhill. This is exactly what Buffalo wants.
Trayvon Fagan has checked into the game. That's him with the ball. Dipsy-do and a nice reversal by Adam Thistlewood.
It's a nice move inside. Thistlewood showing some moves, getting the charge, and that time creative.
All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, how about taking charges, getting slammed, and wall-ups? What does that all mean? Brooke will explain. It's not pretty.
Philosophy for the Rams is if it's going to happen in the game, it's got to happen in practice. So what do? Assistant coach Dave Thorson set up this drill called charges and wall-ups, where players try to move from the opposite side to help side, getting outside the restricted charge area to set up, either take a charge or this is a wall up where players can jump straight up because of the principle of verticality. So there's technical pieces and mental pieces to the charge, according to Coach Thorson. There he is right there. And I loved what he had to say about teaching the players how to take a charge, because there is a mental aspect to it. Got to get ready to take that contact. But you can remember things like chest on, hands to the light, so that you can just focus on your positioning to make sure that you're right there. And you can just, you know, take that contact and fall down. You got to get ready for it.
What about the principle of common sense if David Roddy's coming at you in that drill?
Yeah. You know, there's two guys I wouldn't take charges from, Roddy and LeBron James. Like, forget
Absolutely. Tanjay off the bench and on the scoreboard. 16-15 Buffalo. Nathan Williams has been the hot man for the Bulls.
That's
and
a
the
tough
kind
shot.
roll goes for Ronaldo Segu.
Yeah, he creates a lot out of what seems like nothing, no situation available. That was really good team defense by Colorado State. Positioning was there, help side was there, but a better shot at the end by Segu.
Colorado State counters left wide open, and that's Deshaun Thomas, who used to be a starter, comes off the bench, and Brooke provides some instant offense.
Yeah, I really like his energy. He's active as soon as he gets in the game, and it's been a very unselfish move of him to know he's going to have to go from starter to bench and to still make an impact. To do all that and still play hard says a lot about your character.
Williams got caught too down low with the turnover. And the ball bounced around and finally went in for Adam Thistlewood.
I believe Deshaun Thomas was able to get that tip, it looked like, and for him to come in and immediately hit a three, then get after the boards, like, that's what I'm talking about.
Williams forcing the action, gets his own board, but can't get the tip to go.
Wow. See why they're such a dangerous rebounding team, an offensive rebounding team. He came out of nowhere.
Contact on the shot, but no call, and the Bulls with another rebound. Fagan from the corner, so the reserve Trayvon Fagan knocks down his first shot.
What a story for Fagan, who had to redshirt last year, has fought through knee injuries, ACL tears, and now has been playing at a high level for this team. His role is to hit that three.
Thomas again, this one off. Segu was bunched up, and Colorado with some nice defense. Colorado State played good defense on that sequence. Wide open, and knocking it down again is Thistlewood.
Well, generating offense from incredible defense. Colorado State ate up that shot on the inside. That had no shot for Segu. You heard me, though, that the game set.
We're back 23-21, Colorado State up by 2. And Brooke, talk about the defense.
Yeah, this is incredible defense. Colorado State is going to lead 2-3 by Thistlewood, but it starts with the effort of the defensive end. That's really, you know, where Colorado State has been able to be flexible and find other ways if their three ball's not falling, which, you know, they finally hit 2 tonight, but it took them a minute to get going.
Tempo so far, Brooke, favoring either team in your opinion?
it feels pretty even, to be honest. You feel like, Buffalo, they would like it faster, so, perhaps Colorado State. But I think they're continuing to attack, so they're in the right mindset. They're just not getting those runouts, not getting the dunks that they want. Mbala hasn't shown us a spin move yet.
Yeah, that's right. I can't wait for that. I hope he tried almost there, Brooke, he hurt it. The spin move by Mbala is fun to watch how quick a guy is with that size and those good feet.
Come on, look how long his legs are. A spin move for him gets him from a three-point line to a layup. It's incredible.
But he does it so fast. He better show us one now, or else I feel bad that we've just talked about it, right? And we get to see it. PJ Bird, number 5, is in for Colorado State. We mentioned him, also from Texas. Isaiah Rivera open, misses it. Graves, that was almost a Euro step for Javon Graves, the 14.3 point senior scorer for the Buffalo.
Yeah, he was able to get separation from the defense, even though you saw the rims try to set up and take that charge. Got by it. Okay, there's a little glimpse of the power of David Roddy.
We'll take a break. We are tied at 23. What makes an Instagram star? How do you become one? And why is this guy an Insta star? We'll explain. For lead changes, for ties, and that's where we are now, tied at 23 all. Ronaldo Segu, the junior from Orlando, Florida, has almost 150,000 Instagram followers. And Brooke, I was curious, how do you get so many followers so quickly?
Well, it helps to have a mixtape and to have somebody come in the gym and make one of you, and that's exactly how it happened. And looking, he's got one that has 1.4 million views and earned the nickname throughout some of these blogs that kind of rated him, nicknamed the Hezzy God. Now, what I loved was what Coach Whitsells had to say about being an influencer. It's like, yeah, why don't you influence your team to play some defense? How about that? That was the best line ever.
The coach, of course, would say that. That's great. Slicing in the lane and getting the nice roll is the reserve Isaiah Rivera, who gives them some offense off the bench.
Yeah, they need a little spark right now. Colorado State does. Buffalo been able to defend pretty well as stay on the glass. They're ranked #1 in the nation for a reason.
Mbala with the running runner. Tied again.
You get a sense of really how long his step is when you see him make a move like that. I mean, the separation he got, good amount of feet.
Left all alone, and 2 alone was Moores, who missed the easy one.
See, that's where you can tell the freshman in him comes out, because he got, like you said, he got intimidated. Hardnett just, went after that ball, but not too hard. And Fagan's been an impact player in this game.
Buffalo back up by 3, 5 different lead changes. Fagan gets the rebound. Now Buffalo trying to add to their lead. Graves with a nice crossover, but denied by the Rams inside, and now we have a jump ball, and possession will stay with Buffalo.
Ran right into a wall up. That's where the drill comes in handy. But when you can move the ball from side to side, you're going to get a good-looking shot, like this one right here. Fagan knocking it down from the corner. In Buffalo, they like to drive. They want to get dunks, but they also know how to play at a good pace with showing the ball, or rotating the ball, I should say, second to third side. He is impressive. Nice touch inside.
He's so quick. Mbala is just quick. And you're right, Brooke, he looks much longer than he is. He looks like he's 7'7". He just looks so long.
Yeah, I mean, I believe I have him at 6'7", if that's correct. Nice move by Roddy.
Roddy is just so strong underneath. Yep, they have Mbala at 6'7". He looks a lot taller.
He does. And Roddy's the kind of player I feel like that as the game goes on, he really warms up and becomes a bigger factor.
I liked what he said to us in the Zoom call about how football makes him a better basketball player because he knows how to play through contact, and basketball made him a better football player because it made him smarter. They just both fed off each other, as LaQuill Hartnett is too strong, but Mbala with another offensive rebound for the best rebounding team in the whole country.
Well, see, so there you go. If there's football guys out there, hey, play basketball because it'll make you smart. And if there's basketball guys out there, you know, play a little football to make you tough.
But you know, Brooke, in today's day and age, they don't like to do that. They like to specialize you, and they don't like to let you vary away. Yeah,
let's see how your knees feel about that in a few years. Got to play different sports. Bala trying to get a call.
By the way, that's coming from Brooke, who is a three-sport star, so she knows what she speaks.
I just had a lot of energy, and my mom wanted me out of the house. So it was like, what are you, what are you playing and when? That's a nice take inside. They needed that one. Colorado State finally found some life. Isaiah Stevens has been good off the bounce here in the first half.
He has 6 for the Rams. We'll get back later to more of the story why Brooke's mom wanted her out of the house. That looks like a longer issue we need to discuss when we have a little more time, but not right now with 3:52 left in the first half. Now Mbala, he can take you off the dribble, and he can do a lot of things offensively, but he was defended very well there by Moores, who they talked about how much he's gotten better defensively, and that was a good example.
And how he can be the X factor tonight. And if he can play defense like that and force Mbala into shots like that, he's doing his job.
Now Mbala from deep. They'll let him shoot that. 5 of 19 on the season, but they let him shoot the 3.
Yeah, they should give him a lot of space up there. Until he proves it, no need to go out and contest.
Moore's left open, and this one he converts. Too easy for the Rams.
Yeah, I don't know if you sense this, but watching Buffalo play defense in that possession, everybody's body language just was at once like a little tired. You wonder how this first half has been treating both teams. Now, you know, Buffalo likes to run, but I don't know if they like to get hit. That will wear you down.
Another offensive rebound for the Bulls. Keep tipping it alive. Finally, Moores clears it for the Rams, and they have numbers. Contested at the rim, but the easy follow by Roddy, and Colorado State extends their lead by 3.
Well, rebounding been a difference in this game. Even though Buffalo is a +4 on the boards, the offensive glass, that's been important for Colorado State.
A travel by Mbala, an 8-0 run by Colorado State.
And David Roddy, former football guy, has got great footwork, touch around the glass. And there's 2 for Colorado State. Like a hype video mashed up with NBA Jam. It felt so old school. And the players loved it. They showed it right before they got introduced in the starting lineups tonight. So it brought me right back. I want to hear, Sean, who your team was next break. You know I had to go with the Bulls, even though Jordan wasn't in the game. That was a shame. Did you play that game, Dave?
I did a little bit. Absolutely. Warriors.
The best.
Warriors.
Oh, okay, of course.
Yeah, of course. 8-0 run for Colorado State. All 8 in this run have been points in the paint. They go to dunk and 2 layups, 1 putback. So that has been the story.
Well, the points off turnovers is a big problem for Buffalo. They have to clean up. Just handling the ball better. They had a lot of those miscues in the game against Ohio. Ohio's guards were real active, swiping down at the ball, getting a lot of deflections, and so Buffalo can't allow that to carry over into this game as well. There's a
Williams
spin move,
spins in. There's one, but it's a guy who's spun pretty well today. He's got 12 points.
And Mbala's been teaching him pretty well. Williams picked up on that.
Stopped an 8-0 run. Roddy too strong inside. Missed it, missed the tip. Now that's an easy Mbala dunk.
It's probably one of the easiest points we've seen Buffalo been able to get all night long. And Roddy unable to finish that play, so really open up things on the transition end for Buffalo.
To your point, it does seem like the points have come much easier for the Rams than the Bulls. Final 20 seconds here, first half. Moore from way downtown. Offensive rebound. And now Colorado State will get to take the last shot of the half. Stevens swatted away by Mbala, but an offensive foul before the block.
My goodness, to both the charge and the block. And
A double my goodness.
Oh my gosh. I mean, Mbala took the life out of that ball. Let's watch this again. It's a good quality shot. Here's Mbala coming from the other side of the charge circle.
It's a double whammy. You get called for the offensive foul, and you have the basketball pinned against your head.
Yeah, you just don't feel good about yourself after that one. I mean, you gave it your all, but man, did not turn out well for you.
0.6 left. Graves does not even heave it up. So 34-33 Buffalo, after trailing most of the first half, has a 1-point lead at the break. Let's go to the studio. Welcome in Kevin Connors, Seth Greenberg, and Sean Farnham for the halftime report. Kevin? Halftime here, first round of the NIT, 34-33. Buffalo, the 4 seed, leading the 1 seed, Colorado State. The winner will advance and have a date with NC State, who took care of Davidson 75-61. That quarterfinal will be next Thursday. Hi, everybody. Dave Feldman, Brooke Weisbrod is with us, and I got to say, it's interesting because, Brooke, there were not a lot of offensive highlights in this game, but there was an improved defense, and it talked about charges and wallops. We talked about that. You need to explain it again because it did work for the Rams.
It is, you know, and usually, yes, we do show you a bunch of offensive highlights, but for a team that was pretty bad on defense and to move up 200 spots to now 52% defensive field goal average, that's a big-time move. This is the possession we're talking about. Colorado as a team, you see everybody moving to help side. It's like a shell drill where everybody's in position, they box out, and they're able to get the rebound. So when we were talking about the wall-ups and the charges, that involves playing help side defense. Look at the difference in between from last year to this season. The points per game way down from 73 to 65. And so now you're giving your team a much better chance to win games because you focused on the things like taking charges, you know, wall ups. That means your guys aren't getting into foul trouble. Like, there's so many bonuses from that. So you got to credit the coaching staff for implementing that.
Buffalo starts off with the first hoop of the second half. Brooke, when you were the conference player of the year, you know, and so people, you know, if they don't know the resume of Brooke Weisbrod, I know you don't like to brag, but did you take charges in your career? Did you ever take a charge?
I will tell you, and we see another three.
Be honest. Be honest. Did you ever take a charge?
Dave, I loved taking charges. I loved it. I also like to fake taking a charge to get my opponent really upset. If they kind of swung or whatever, you're not going to see anybody better finessing the flop. I was down to take a charge.
But Brooke, you couldn't play in today's game because now the flop is a warning and then a tee.
No, you don't know how slick I am. I don't think you get it. Like, the refs are not going to know.
Okay. All right. Okay, that's a fair point. Okay.
Now, there is a monitor. Now I could be in trouble if there's a replay, but
that's
no,
true.
I love taking charges. It's such an energy play for your team. You know, you get the ball back, you get a foul, a turnover. Everything is good about it.
Nice defense inside, and LaQuill Hartnett, who had kind of a quiet first half, only 2 points, but with a nice block here.
Yeah, he's been playing some good basketball and just has an incredibly heartbreaking story, as many of these college kids, players, shouldn't say kids, men and women have had to deal with. But a good friend of his passed away in October, LaQuill's, and he could not get back to the funeral and, you know, probably had to experience it through Zoom. like so many other people have had to do this year because of COVID. So, you know, our heart goes out to him and dealing with that and finding basketball as his refuge.
Javon Graves with only his second hoop of the game. He has 4. Buffalo leads by 4, and then an easy counter by Roddy underneath.
I mean, it's really tough to challenge him. I know he's undersized, but you're not seeing his shot get blocked. Like, he makes himself get really big.
You mentioned his 3-sport star. He was everything in football, basketball, and track and field as Graves knocks down another 3. And in fact, he wanted to play college quarterback in football, but he was recruited mainly as a tight end, and he was like, nah, I don't think I want to play tight end. I think I'll play college basketball. And it's worked out for everybody, especially in Fort Collins.
Yeah, I mean, lucky for Colorado State, but I mean, watching him play basketball and how smart and brilliant he is in the game, I have no doubt he could play a quarterback position in college.
Wyoming did want him. Yeah, Wyoming did want him to play quarterback. 45-40, and it appears Buffalo started the second half, Brooke, with a little more energy.
They did. I thought they looked kind of tired heading into the halftime break, so it's good to see them back with more energy here. But again, Colorado State is a team that physically wears you down. And even though Buffalo loves to run, if they're taking hit after hit after hit, that's going to tire you out, just like running during a game would.
Mballa thought about it, instead drives to the lane, and he was grabbed, so it'll be a foul on the Rams. But Mballa's down.
Yeah, that did not look good. Oh,
he's
good.
up.
He's up. He's up.
We were holding our collective breaths there for a minute.
Yeah. Yeah, he's going to need some time.
Yeah, he's going to come out.
Oh. Well, he was able to get up and walk it off, and then it seemed to get worse as he stood up.
So they're going to take a look at Josh Mballa, the 6'7" junior from France. We'll have a little halt in the action here.
Yeah, I sometimes you can walk it off. Sometimes you just need a different tape. But he might need more.
We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back in 30 seconds. It's Buffalo by 5. We are back. Josh Mballa is putting weight on his foot. He's now sitting down. He's checked out of the game, but he is staying there and tightening the shoe. He is not leaving the court as of now. So for the moment, we'll take that as a good sign.
Yeah, good to see him just back up, sitting down. He had gotten up after twisting his ankle, and then a few seconds went by, and he needed to get out and just kind of lay all the way out and stretch out. You know, sometimes when you twist your ankle, and with having as much adrenaline as you have, other parts of your leg can also cramp up. You know, you're trying to stretch your ankle out and walk on it, and then other muscles just get crazy. So it's a good sign that he's just sitting, just letting it kind of get some rest. Hopefully we see him back in this game, because he's too impactful for Buffalo not to have down the stretch.
While Graves backdoor, and Williams tried to dunk it, but it popped out. And then the nice steal to see if they give it back to Graves. No. Graves kept it. He could have given it to Williams to feel better.
I can't believe he didn't pay it. I was waiting for off the backboard, you know, give me something. I mean, Graves, that's pretty decent. I like it. You missed out, though, on setting up your boy.
He could have, especially after he had just missed one.
I mean, what was cool, though, was that Williams got just as excited. You saw him jump up and down right behind Graves. Here it is.
But to your point, Brooke, he should have given that up.
Yeah, he should have. Yes. Got to give that one up. And it makes him look better. It makes Javon Graves look better.
If Buffalo wins, that'll be discussed in the post-game meeting between.
Yeah, that'll be a clip. Yeah, I think you clipped that one. See, that's a teachable moment, though. I get
Right,
it. You know, he's in the postseason. He's hyped. He wants to dunk it. I don't blame him. But, you know, a great teammate will make their teammates better, and I think that play would have kind of redeemed Williams for missing the other dunk.
Although Jim Weitzel's probably glad he didn't throw it off the backboard for the alley-oop. He probably wasn't up for that.
Yeah. Coach Weitzel was like, he's cool, but sometimes like, all right, guys, just get the sure thing, huh?
Yeah, right. Momentum in the second half. Clearly Buffalo's right now as they go inside. Moore's left alone, and all of Moore's hoops, Brooke, have just been easy.
You see how well, though, he moves off the screen and roll. His footwork is really phenomenal, especially for a guy that's just a freshman. He understands how to move off that pick and to get to an open spot, and those two things, and call for the ball. You got to do all three of those things if you're a post.
Ball tipped out of bounds. Well, if you miss a dunk, you think you would get the ball back. But Mr. Graves said, look, I could do this. I got it. And the other guy could just fly at the rim anyway. It's Buffalo by 5. ESPN's exclusive presentation of the NIT is brought to you by PlayStation 5. Play has no limits. Coming up, it's 47-42 here at Buffalo. Coming up, Louisiana Tech and Ole Miss will follow us immediately after this game. And for more information, go to NCAA.com, your official online home for all 90 NCAA championships. Buffalo shooting 6 of 9, 67% in this half. Brooke, they shot 44% in the first half, and we discussed it. Their energy seems much better.
It is, and they're getting 28 points in the paint, which actually that's almost even. Colorado State's got 30 themselves, but it's better quality shots, and that's something that, you know, Coach Weitzel talks to his team about. He says, I preach and educate over and over on quality possessions. The guys get freedom, yes, but we also want a quality shot. So that's what you're seeing here in the second half.
Moores, who has 9, trying to create a little offensively and draws the foul. So Hartnett comes out.
He's really the only one. Yeah, he's the only one in foul trouble. This game's seen very few free throws. For as aggressive as both teams play, we haven't seen him get to the line a whole lot. Just once tonight for each team.
Roddy's got 10. He's made 5 of 6. And the good news for the Bulls, Josh Mballa is back in this game.
Working on his mobility. You could see during the commercial break that he was able to stretch out in the back part of his ankle and get some mobility in his calf, and then he was doing some circular motions. So yeah, it's great to see him be as mobile as he is.
Inside and way too short with it was Deshaun Thomas.
Good wall-up defense himself by Janathan Williams.
And then he answers on the other end. So Williams picks up where he left off in the first half, and he now has 15.
He's been offensively carrying this team. And we mentioned his 26 points in the semis. In the championship of the MAC, he had just 9 points, so he's finding his flow again. Now he needs some help. Some other guys have got to score and get in double figures. Mballa with 8, Graves with 9, and Basegu only 4. He's got to get involved more in the offense as well, whether it's to create, you know, get some deflections and steals. He's got to get something.
Roddy did a nice job of bailing out the passer and then made a nice pass to the interior, and as a result, Colorado State will get to shoot 2 free throws, all because Roddy kind of helped out the passer who was in trouble.
See how hard he drives. I mean, you're telling me that him with the ball in his hands in the quarterback spot, I mean, guys are not going to be able to tackle him. That is a problem. But instead, what a great jump stop and bounce pass, making it simple.
The NCAA Men's Basketball Championship first round continues tomorrow on CBS, TBS, TNT, and True TV, or stream the games on March Madness Live app from anywhere. For more on game times and networks, go to ncaa.com. Four-point
Georgia Tech
lead for Buffalo.
Sorry, I was just going to say Georgia Tech losing, Ohio State losing, Michigan State losing. My bracket is done. It's a night-night.
What, you didn't have Oral Roberts?
I just missed out, I guess. Adam Thistlewood probably had him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Thistlewood might have had him. It's a one-point game. Whatever he's doing's working, Brooke. You're right. He's got 8 points. Mbala gets it back. Nathan Williams. And now Colorado State with a chance to retake the lead.
See, because Mbala likes to put the ball on the floor, he is susceptible to getting it stripped. And notice that in the Ohio game. Roddy, you ain't gonna get that ball. You're not gonna steal that from David Roddy.
How strong do you think those hands
Come
are?
on,
It's like
right?
a vice. It's like a vice grip.
Smush the ball. Screen, pick and pop, hit him. Didn't even need to dribble. Yeah, you very few people are going to take that ball away from him.
6'5", 252. That would have been a tough tight end. That would have been a really tough quarterback. How are you going to sack him?
Yeah. You know, David also had that great article that he wrote about, I'm more than an athlete and why I choose to follow the path of leadership. And so he's clearly embodied that in taking those, not only those courses, but you see how he is on the floor. I mean, he does what a leader would do. He'd be the first one to do something before he asked you to do it himself. Yourself.
Right, he penned that essay saying, I will talk, I won't just stick to sports. And yeah, very impressive.
And he had to miss some time, playing in order to go to this leadership that really kicked it off for him in high school. And he said it changed his whole course. And, leadership is about doing the hard things at the right times. And so those are the types of behaviors that he's really instilled in himself from the beginning. I love what Coach Medved had to say. He said, guys like that make you look like you know what you're doing. Just a model guy, model athlete, model player for your program.
More second chances for the Bulls. Williams too short. And finally, Colorado State wrestles it away.
And how many possessions now have we seen? I feel like 2 or 3 in a row maybe, where Buffalo has worked so hard to get a shot and have come away with nothing.
And just with the pacing of this game, Brooke, you get the feeling that it will come down to a final possession game, possibly, as Thistlewood blisters a 3.
Thistlewood's on it. That's his 3rd 3 of the game. He's got 3 of the 5 team 3s. Cannot leave him, can't go under the screen. All eyes on Thistlewood. He'll make you pay.
55-51. We'll be back to Texas. It's Colorado State on top. Number 1 seed Colorado State on an 11-1 run over the last $1.35. They lead by 4. Colorado State is located 65 miles north of Denver in Fort Collins, founded in 1870. Over 33,000 students. Becky Hammond, the Spurs assistant, went there. Jason Momoa, Aquaman. Are you a big Aquaman fan, Brooke?
I don't know that Jason Momoa, I've seen him in Aquaman. I may have to check that one out. I do like superhero movies, though, definitely. I need to catch up on my Aquaman. But his hair is out of this world. Like, can't mess with Jason Momoa's hair.
He could do anything with it. Man bun, mullet.
Yeah.
And it would probably be successful. Yeah.
But yeah, Becky Hammond is, you think Colorado State, and that's, one of the first people that comes to mind. She just was a legend. Had her run the NCAA tournament and has done amazing things since, just groundbreaking.
Thistlewood finally missed one, but the offensive rebound by Colorado State. Chanje gets them the reset. Now Tanjay, strong drive to the hoop. Did everything but drop down for him.
Wow, a lot of contact inside, no call. My goodness.
Segu pulled it out.
Yeah, they're doing a good job of staying in front of Segu. He hasn't been able to dive into the paint like he normally is. He's usually pretty good off the dribble. He's got a great hesitation and crossover, but we haven't seen that on display tonight.
Buffalo's 0 for their last 5 field goals.
Good ball movement by the Rams.
Bird goes baseline, has it swatted by Graves. Nice defense.
Yeah, that's been a big part of tonight's Buffalo defense. They are very active on the glass.
He tried to alley-oop it to Williams, but it was too high and too far. Colorado State, the #1 overall seed, up by 4 halfway through the second half. (55-51) Colorado State. Brock Bertram is the 6'11" senior from Apple Valley, Minnesota. He's the Paul Bunyan. He's the guy you like, Brooke. And you know, he's roomed with Javon Graves for over 3 years. And so I talked to him and I said, who's the cleaner one in the house? And Bertram goes, well, you know, it's pretty close, but Graves is a little cleaner because his mom, Brandy, comes and visits from Ohio, and she cleans the whole house, and she also cooks and leaves us 3 days worth of food. So I think he was buttering him up because he didn't want Brandy to stop coming to the house.
That sounds like a pretty good deal. I mean,
right?
Wow, Brandy travels all the way to Buffalo, and you know, the guys get the benefit of a clean house and some good cooked meals. So I certainly hope he's very grateful and thankful to his mom for that. But she's the real MVP in this. Like, there's no so-and-so is cleaner award. It's, you got, you know, a very nice mom that's going to come help you out.
So Graves should not really technically receive the credit.
No, that doesn't count. That does not count. Clean up before your mom gets there. Like, what? Imagine next time when she walks in, and you already got the house clean. What that's going to be like.
Graves said the one thing that Bertram was better at was cornhole because he's got the very long arms and he can almost just drop the beanbag right in the hole. So
yeah, he's great. He understands the game and he's fun. He's just a fun guy. Keeps the locker room fresh, puts it all out there. And Mbala trying to extend his season after the ankle injury. Javon Graves also having an impact on this game. He's got 9 points, shooting a lot better now. But Buffalo is in another drought, nearly 3 minutes.
Started the second half 4 for 4, but since then they've just gone 3 of 13. Roddy missed one a moment ago. He does not miss that one. He now has 15.
Just ripping it out of the hands of David Nickelberry, pulling the rebound away for himself. He's now got 7 boards on the night to go along, 7 of 9 shooting. The efficient side of David Roddy.
Mbala pulls it back. It was good defense. Nice job of Fagan crashing the board, but he gets it stripped. Now Bird has the baseline, and the runner floater goes, and Colorado State is making it look easy, up by 8.
Well, the offense really starting to open up. We've got PJ Bird, who when he comes into the game, he cuts and he moves with purpose. PJ Bird does not waste steps, and what a great option to have off the bench, somebody who plays just like that.
Mbala defended nicely by Roddy, pulls back and hits the shot. They will count it, so Josh Mbala will have a chance to cut into the lead and stop the clock.
You're still working on that off the ball drive to kind of hold on to it, but that's a lot of contact with him and Roddy. And then he gets the foul, but Roddy just going to take that. It's just pure will. Roddy is so hungry for the boards.
Mbala with 10 points. He has yet to shoot a free throw. You commented in that halftime, Brooke, hardly any free throws were shot. I think each team had 1.
We have 1 free throw for each team going into halftime. Now, I am not going to complain because nobody tunes into this game to watch free throws. So I'm down for that. It's one of the few times this season we've had that happen.
But slightly unusual, especially with how physical Colorado State plays.
Yeah, they're definitely letting him. Oh, they're letting him play tonight. There's no doubt.
And Baller with another rebound. Nathan Williams, who had the hot first half, finally left alone again, slices in, and Williams now has 17 to lead all scores in this game.
That's good. Good job by Josh and Bala to not force that shot because the help side was there. Deshaun Thomas slid over, stopped him. They regenerated and got a better look.
Wide open and too strong, but the 50-50 balls are being out-hustled by Colorado State. That is a jump ball in position. Possession will go to Buffalo. It's a tight game, but momentum still with the Rams, 59-55. 59-55, Colorado State. The NCAA Women's Championship first round game begins Sunday. First round begins Sunday at noon. Here are some of our featured games. ABC has Middle Tennessee and Tennessee at 2 Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific, followed by Jackson State and Baylor. ESPN has Mercer, South Carolina, then High Point and UConn. All games available on the ESPN app, so you can watch anywhere. My partner,
that's a good matchup. Let's get
You'll be a
into
featured
it.
part of that too.
Oh, cannot wait. Literally went through 6, well, I guess NCAA calls, 5 Zoom calls today, all with players and coaches, and the stories are so remarkable. And I mean, I cannot wait to share and to be a part of this process. Once again, we've got awesome matchups, so, you know, Baylor's a strong team. UConn is my pick to win it all this year. We will see.
A blocking foul. I told you though, Tara. I grew up in I say Tara, Brooke. I grew up in Palo Alto, so I'm going to root for Tara Vanderveer in Stanford, which is a #1 seed, and you told me you like their chances too.
Yeah, I think, you know, Stanford's is well coached, and they run a very system-like game, so they're primed and ready to take over this tournament. And honestly, there's about 8 teams who could possibly get it. I mean, it's not UConn and then, you know, a large gap for everybody else. There's a lot of competitive teams, you know, Louisville, Baylor, we mentioned, even Tennessee playing some good ball, South Carolina, another favorite. You have a lot of parity in the game this year. It's amazing.
Javon Graves, 1 of 2. So he now has 10. He was second team All-MAC this year for Buffalo, and the lead is 3.
Good job by Segu to say step for step. That was with Stevens.
Thistlewood with a good look, missed it. Roddy had a chance, but the ball tipped away to Buffalo. And going all the way and drawing the block was LaQuill Hartnett.
Hartnett's another big guy that can take it off the bounce at 6'8". He had some additional size and length to Buffalo. And although they're not getting a lot of fast break points, they're still getting downhill points. They're still driving, getting to the rim, and somehow avoiding getting called for the charge, because you knew Colorado State was going to try and set them up. Buffalo has managed to get them into a position off the bounce to get the block called instead of the charge.
For more information coming up, Louisiana Tech and Ole Miss, go to NCAA.com, your official online home for all 90 NCAA championships too. Two-point lead for the Rams and a traveling violation. Six nothing Buffalo run. It's been booked back and forth. So my fault. Yes, 7-0, 6-0, and the biggest lead has been Colorado State at 8.
Yeah, Buffalo goes through these crazy droughts, and so has Colorado State now 2.5 minutes. So Buffalo was on a 3+ minute drought. Now they're on a 6-0 run. So when they catch fire, this is a sign for them. They are getting right into the heart of it. They love to get this offense moving. And that guy right there, Segu, he's their emotional leader.
7 points, 150,000 Instagram followers, and now Buffalo with the lead again. Janathan Williams with some space. Janathan Williams now has 19.
He's got that left hand, you know, and shooting with your left hand gives you such an advantage because you're naturally trying to push your offensive player left. And that might be an offensive foul. Thistlewood.
Thistlewood had an elbow right up in the face area of Janathan Williams, and we'll see. I bet they're probably going to look at this. I don't think it was intentional, but he did get him.
Number 11, see here. Yeah, it was kind of a swipe. And it was above the shoulder, so they'll definitely want to take a look at it and see how intense this was. But excessive and unnecessary are really the two words that I think always get defined and whether or not the foul gets upgraded. It was definitely unnecessary. The excessive part is where I'm not sure yet. I think I'd need to see a few more clips of it.
I agree. Excessive was not my first reaction when seeing it.
Right, I agree.
You can't argue that some sort of elbow hit him in the face area, but excessive or intent, let's take another look.
I mean, I don't know why else you kind of make that movement other than to make contact with the elbow. So I think they could definitely upgrade this foul. It doesn't look to be common. Seeing it the second time, I think Janathan Williams makes a great argument. It looks to me like there was contact made.
So right before that, there was a shove in the back. And
yeah, I mean, there's no reason
between these two, right?
There's no reason you need to bring your elbow up above your shoulder. There was nothing in that play to even try, you know, to warrant kind of getting your hands free. So I would. Oh. And they're going to call it a common foul.
Common foul.
I would say I disagree on that. I disagree. But good thing is Janathan didn't suffer too much of the contact from the elbow there. He's still in the game. He's good to go.
Didn't look like he was hurt. Thistlewood certainly did agree. And now there's 15 on the clock in this possession for the Rams. Down by 3. They're the #1 overall seed in this team, in this tournament. The long 3, and it's good. Colorado State ties it up at 62 on the dagger 3 by Kendall Moore.
Yeah, just 5'10", the undersized 2 guard. But playing now for something bigger than himself. He's got a family now. So the seriousness of his game just really dialed in now. But what a big shot by Mr. Moore.
What did you say? But by looking at Sky's horoscope, that she's going to be smart and intuitive and all that. So she might know that her dad just hit that.
Yeah, ambitious nature and an active mind. She's
right,
a
so the active mind. Right,
yeah.
So the active mind may be aware.
That's right.
Roddy had it stripped, got it back, pump fake. Nice, Mbala, nice job re-jumping and blocking.
Yeah, that was incredible because Roddy had some good footwork in the paint to get a move. Oh.
Braves with the 3. Buffalo back by 3.
Now it's soaping it up. This is what I'm talking about. This is what we've been waiting to see all game.
Absolutely.
Well, knowing 4 minutes are possibly left in your season, that's going to change the energy in how you play too. Whoa.
Thistlewood counters. Tied again.
This is the back and forth that you want to see. This is the postseason. 16 teams remain in the NIT. So to keep on fighting, you got to make big-time shots. That's a big-time shot by Adam Thistlewood. That's nothing new, though. He's been doing that all night long.
Kevin, thanks very much. The last shot by Javon Graves was a 2, not a 3, so it is a 1-point Colorado State lead, 65-64. His foot was on the line, so this was a 2, not a 3.
Well, that's a good catch by the officials. And I mean, that is the longest 2 you could possibly shoot. So unfortunately for Buffalo, you don't get the benefit of getting that 3 because that was a nice shot by Javon Graves. He's a player that Coach Whitesell, he wants him to be more selfish. He's a very unselfish guy. And so listen, when the ball's in his hands, we want him to go north and south, just make some plays for us. He's a very natural scorer.
Buffalo's made their last 5 field goals after missing 8 in a row. And Regu stepped on the out-of-bounds line, sideline, turnover, Buffalo.
How costly is that? I mean, that is a wasted possession, and that's just court awareness, right? You can say the same for, a 2 or 3-point shot. You got to understand where the line is and back up a little bit before it, and now know where the sideline is and make sure you're inside it.
And Segu will normally not make that mistake, but that was a costly one with 3:20 left.
It's been that way. The turnovers tonight for Buffalo, they've got 13 of them.
James Moores with another hoop. Moores now double digits with 11.
And he's been impressive. It took him some time to warm up to this game, but he found his confidence.
The left hand is tough to defend. You made that point, Brooke, and no one has said an answer for Janathan Williams.
Yeah, he's got incredible length. I mean, I don't know. He's listed at 6'5", but I feel like his wingspan is much longer than that. He's able to get incredible shots off, but this is James Moores, the freshman, who's made his presence known in this game. And then here's Williams. Big, long steps, big, long arms, finishes high off the glass. He makes very tough shots, and he makes them look easy.
The NCAA Women's Championship first round begins Sunday, and over on ESPN2 in the app, we'll have Wake Forest and Oklahoma State at 1 Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific, followed by Florida Gulf Coast and Michigan. NCAA Women's Tournament. Our partner Brooke will be a big part of that, part of her 13 Zoom meeting day today that she had in prepping for this game in the NIT and then the women's tournament.
Let's give a shout out though. Wake Forest, first time they've been in the tourney since '88. Alums De'Erica Hamby plays in the WNBA for Las Vegas, and our own LaChina Robinson, a women's basketball alum. So shout out to the Deacons, getting it done.
Under 3 minutes to go here. And things are heating up. The Rams, Isaiah Stevens makes it a 3-point Colorado State lead.
Yeah, you feel just toughness plays are being made now. These guys know it's clutch time. Every possession matters, and their whole future is on the line here. Mbala getting caught up.
Lobbed it in, and they get it to go. Hartnett wanted a foul, too. No foul called, but a 1-point game. The hoop is good for Buffalo.
Well, the strength of Hartnett to, through contact, put that ball, get it up on the rim.
Stevens and Moore, the 2 guards at the top. Stevens with the jumper, got fouled. It would have counted, but Stevens will go to the free throw line and shoot 2.
I am so impressed with the work that young man did to get open. Ran through screens, read him, got some separation, and then the 1 dribble pull-up. That was a really efficient move.
And this will not shock you. Brooks, Stevens has not shot a free throw today, as there were not many shots. This is his first, and he makes it.
Well,
it's an 86% free throw shooter.
Kudos to the officials for letting them play.
Three-point lead for the Rams. 2 minutes to go. First round NIT. The winner will move on and play North Carolina State next Thursday. And a turnover by the Bulls, who have numbers. It's a 5-on-4. If they want to take advantage, they don't. They let Graves get back. And now slicing in and missing the shot was Stevens.
So the turnover not really as costly as what would have been if Colorado State could have converted. So Buffalo's got to make up for that right now.
And Mbala strong to the hoop, can't get it. Moores dives to the floor, and Ballard dives to the floor. Tied up. Possession goes to Colorado State.
Well, you can feel the will of both teams, and Ballard trying to just struggle his way and get to the bucket, trying to play so hard off that ankle that he twisted earlier in this game. Meanwhile, Colorado State, you feel like they are in control of the ball and are able to find quality shots in these last few possessions.
Single double.
More patient with it. Colorado State in no hurry.
Well, Stevens
Moore
off the
says,
double
"Set it up."
stagger screen. You heard him say single double. That was a double stagger. Oh, a turnover.
They
Almost.
get it back, but only 4 on the clock. Moore's going to have to shoot it. He scoops it up. Can't get it to go. And Hartnett gets the rebound and gets fouled.
Big time board by LaQuill Hartnett. And what an effort by Colorado State to even find a way to get a shot off. That shot clock was running down. I believe that was Kendall Moore getting real creative off the bounce.
Both teams in the bonus. Big free throws coming up for Hartnett, who is 1 for 2 from the free throw line. And he knocks it down. So the sophomore from Philadelphia with a huge free throw to make it a 2-point game. It is a 1-point game.
Well, for Colorado State, you'd have to think that maybe Thistlewood, of course, Roddy is a good option, but I think James Moores is also the guy that you can look for in this possession.
Stevens slicing in, finds a wide open Roddy. Great layup, great pass, and Colorado State with a huge hoop to go up 3.
That pass by Isaiah Stevens. He leads this team in assists, gets 5 a game. His family's up in the stands. He's from the Dallas area, so he just put on for his family. What a pass. That was, to me, that was the play of the game. So far, anyways. Isaiah Stevens, dribble tight, through 3 defenders. Yep, they react to him, so Roddy rolls right into the open spot. That's great teamwork right there.
Roddy has 17 points, Brooke. He's made 8 of 11.
And
so
this is
both
important.
teams with 1 timeout left, both teams in the bonus, 37 seconds left. You're playing defense now, Brooke. You're Colorado State. You're up by 3. What's the strategy here?
Yeah, and also, too, notice that Buffalo's got the possession, so if there's a tie-up, they're going to get the ball back. But, you know, I think for Buffalo, it's not a case where they should probably go for a 3. They're just 6 of 19 from a 3 tonight, so I'd say try to get a quick score and a foul maybe, but it looks like they're going to go ahead and go for a 3.
Williams has been the hot man. Roddy's guarding him tightly. Now it's Graves. They kick it out. Sagoose can't get it, but an offensive rebound by Graves. Hartnett for 3. He's got it. We're tied.
LaQuill
12
Hartnett,
seconds
cool.
left. Colorado State electing not to call timeout. Tied at 73.
Got to get going.
Stevens slicing in. Got it off the glass. A 2-point lead with 1.2 left.
Wow, Isaiah Stevens playing it cool. He's going to keep a game face on until that clock hits 0. But what a take. That was so instinctual. Off the bounce, Isaiah Stevens. The play before, he had dished it off to Roddy, so maybe the defense was a little bit hesitant. Is he going to do that again? Instead, he went full force downhill. Look at him pumping up his teammates right now. Oh, he's giving them a message.
14 points and 9 assists. Brooke, it looked like the seas opened for him.
Yeah, he couldn't have played this any better. But first, let's go back to that beautiful 3 from LaQuill Hartnett. So they tie the game up. Decides not to use the screen. See that little fake? That's exactly what got him ball off his game. Because last time he dished it to Roddy. So instead, he gave him the half pass, kind of a little Euro in there, and that's how he's able to get to the rim. Brilliant play.
1.2 seconds left. The winner with a date with NC State next Thursday. NC State beat Davidson 75-61. That game will be next Thursday, the quarterfinals. So 1.2 seconds left. How are you defending this, Brooke?
Yeah, I mean, this is the whole game. You feel like, let's get back kind of so I can kind of see the setup here. That would help me out a little bit. Kind of see who's coming into the game. I mean, you've got to look at who's been hot for you. And I think Hartnett, he's a guy that has proven to shoot it. You know that Segu thinks every shot that he takes is going in, but let's see where they get the ball out of bounds. If they're taking it underneath, you might want to consider a long pass. Yeah, you got to make up some room. You can't dribble, obviously, the length of the court in a second. You're going to need to pass it coming off a screen. And honestly, get that momentum headed toward the basket. That's your best bet. So you're not falling away from the basket or having to heave something from half court.
If you're Colorado State, do not give up a foul, and certainly do not foul someone who's shooting a three. That would be the worst case scenario.
Exactly. You know, and so do you want a three? Do you want to try to get, you know, we've seen this before with Valpo. You know, they've been able to do it. I mean, you're trying to just extend this game and keep it alive. So I think your best bet is, you know, Mbala, he's going to be able to get up and catch anything that you throw to him. If you can get it to him, I think that's one of your better bets. Hartnett, he's got that length too at 6'8". Or Segu, if he's quick enough to get separation. And you got some options. That's the good news if you're Buffalo. You got really, you know, 4 or 5 guys you could go to say, hey, get me a basket, any basket.
1.2 seconds is enough to catch the ball and make a shot.
It is.
Well, it's fitting that both these teams, who were arguably one win away in each of their respective conferences and conference tournaments to go into the NCAA tournament, will come down to 1.2 seconds to see who gets to play on and whose season is over.
Yeah, I mean, you think about plays like, you know, the Christian Laettner play from Duke. I think you could look at that one, put that one in. And catch it about the free throw line. You give a little shimmy shake over one shoulder, spin move, fade away. What a move for, you know, Mbala. That's his spin move, so maybe we'll see it here. And Deshaun Thomas going to defend the out of bounds. I like this. I love his energy. He's got a chance to get a tip.
Hartnett runs the baseline, throws it up. The ball stolen by Roddy, the football player, and Colorado State holds on to win 75-73. He was a tight end and he was a quarterback, but there, Brooke, he was a defensive back, and a huge win for the #1 overall seed, the Colorado State Rams.
Well, what an effort by Buffalo. They had a fantastic season, so you got to congratulate them. And for Colorado State, they have had to win by being flexible. Roddy, yeah, he said, we're going to still keep on dancing. We're not done yet. So congratulations to the Colorado State Rams. They are moving on.
Roddy had 17 points on 8 of 11 shooting. Coming up next, Louisiana Tech and Ole Miss. For Brooke Weisbrod, Dave Feldman, Colorado State a winner, 75-73. They will move on to play North Carolina State. Let's go to the studio. Kevin, Seth, and Sean. We had a good one here in Texas.